Hello everyone, I'm standing here with the new player's iron, the i200 from Ping. If you are a lower handicap, I'm talking probably, a scratch player up to about a 7 or 8 handicap. Stick around, you definitely want to have a look at these. Slightly broader sole than what you would expect in a player's iron, making them a touch more forgiving, but they do still feature minimal offsets, nice thin top line, so it is very appealing to the eye when you look at it. Now, there's quite a bit going on in a head that's this compact, so let's start off with that little metal bar running on the back of the golf club there, called a muscle stabilizing bar. Now, serves two features, obviously stabilization, also allows them to actually put a pocket cavity into the iron. A pocket cavity allows the face to move a little bit or flex a little bit, gives you more speed, especially evident on miss hits. Also moves the weight away from the face a little bit, making it a little bit more forgiving. Now, in this specific head, the i200, that's more what Ping was trying to do, moving the weight slightly away to stabilize the iron head on your miss hits, making it more forgiving for you. The stabilizing bar has also allowed them to put a much bigger and deeper custom tuning port into the club. Now, the second functionality of custom tuning port is obviously the elastomer. Does dampen the feel, makes them feel a little bit softer at impact. And I can tell you from first-hand experience, for a cast iron, this feels like a forged iron, and it has a lot to do with that tuning port. What is exciting in this iron, if you look at it, and I talked about this earlier, it's a very thin top line. It's a beautiful looking player's iron, but it offers tons of technology in terms of forgiveness. There's weight pulled away from the face, the custom tuning port, as I've mentioned. The big one for me is it's got progressive head sizing. If you have a look at that, you can actually see the blade length on the 4 iron from the heel to the toe area is longer. So your longer irons, your 4 and your 5 iron, have slightly bigger profiles, slightly shallower faces to help you get the ball up in the air. Progressively comes down into your shorter irons, your 8-9 pitching wedge becomes beautifully compact and player-looking irons. So now that we've spoken about that, I'm actually going to take a step backwards quickly, and I'm going to go back to this back cavity or this pocket cavity where the custom tuning port is sitting into. What I didn't mention to you there is it allowed Ping to save a hell of a lot of discretionary weight. That discretionary weight is moved towards the toe and the heel areas, further stabilizing the golf clubs on your miss hits, or the MOI value that we always talk about, making the club more stable. They have also given them the ability to actually make the face slightly thinner. Now, it's going to be quite hard for you to see, but if I do that, you should start getting a sense of how thin this face is. Now, I've got the 6 iron here. That's obviously more dominant in your 4 and your 5 iron. Again, they're trying to give you the distance with the long irons. They're trying to give you the beautiful flights, the controlled, penetrating flights with the mid and the short irons. The last thing I need to touch upon would be the AWT 2.0. Now, AWT, for those of you that don't know, ascending weight technology. Now, the shaft is slightly lighter in your long irons, progressively getting slightly heavier towards your shorter irons. Now, what that allows you to do, long irons, you need help getting it up in the air. Slightly lighter shaft will help you do that. But you don't want to end up ballooning your shorter irons. For controlling your flights, they give you a slightly heavier shaft just to pair the flight with the actual head. Works really, really well. Now, right at the beginning of this clip, I said this club is probably for a 0 to an 8 handicap. And now, having chatted to you about it for the last couple of minutes, I'm actually going to change my mind a little bit. Yeah, I'd say this is probably from a scratch player up to a 12 or a 13 handicap, bearing in mind that the slightly higher handicap, the 10, 11, 12, 13, needs to be a fairly good ball striker. However, there is enough forgiveness in this head. There is enough technology to help you on miss hits. You need to have these fitted. You need to have them checked out at your local Ping authorized reseller. There's 13 color codes. You need to check what you are and get perfectly fitted. You will enjoy these irons.